This is the man who called God. Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi was an ordinary man from Iraq who became known as the man who called God after he made a 911 call to the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad in 2003. His call was unusual because he wasn't reporting an emergency. He simply asked to speak to God. When the embassy staff realized that he was serious, they put him through to the chaplain. But when the chaplain picked up the phone, all he heard was static. No one knows what happened next, because there are conflicting accounts of what took place. But we do know that Abu Bakr was eventually put through to a military officer named Dan Quinn. According to Dan, Abu Bakr began by asking for forgiveness for the sins of humanity before launching into a string of insults against Americans. Dan stayed calm and told Abu Bakr that he didn't believe in his God, but he respected his right to believe what he wanted to believe. That's when Abu Bakr dropped the bombshell. He said that he was speaking to God himself, and that God was very upset with America. According to Abu Bakr, God told him to call the embassy so that he could tell them that the war was not a holy war. And most surprisingly of all, God told him that he would be sending a prophet to America in the near future. Dan stayed on the line with Abu Bakr for over an hour as they discussed everything from suicide bombers to the existence of Satan. At one point, Abu Bakr even claimed that he had spoken to Jesus, who apparently told him that he was looking forward to coming back to Earth to save the American people. When the call ended, Dan was left shaken by what he had just experienced. He believed that Abu Bakr was mentally unstable and that his conversation with God was nothing more than the ramblings of a madman. But others weren't so sure. Many people, including some high-ranking military officials, came forward to claim that they, too, had received calls from God during the war. And as the calls continued to pile up, the U.S. military was forced to take action. They created a special unit to investigate the phenomenon, but they were unable to come to any solid conclusions. In the end, the mystery of the man who called God remains unsolved. There are many people who believe that Abu Bakr really did speak to God, while others believe that he was just a madman. Perhaps the truth lies somewhere in the middle, whether he was a lunatic or a prophet. Though, one thing is certain. Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi will go down in history as the man who called God. Now, check out Crazy Call to Satan, where a teenager accidentally calls Satan and asks him to come over for dinner. Or, watch this video instead,